The contents of this podcast are solely for the purpose of sharing some interesting and unusual information and make no claims of any historical authenticity for the same. The listeners are free to make their deductions and inform us of any added information they may have regarding the story.
Explore the Unexplored. Season 1 Incredible India by Manisha Dhawan, a Prathidhwani original.
I'm Manisha. Bid a very warm welcome to all my listeners. So we meet for the very first time on Prathidhwani's podcasting channel. As all first meetings ought to be, this too must be exciting, full of the unknown, and of course, without a doubt, somewhat unusual. So what say that we begin with the unusual? Did you know that the Rudraksh was born from the tears shed by Lord Krishna? Did you also know that Dhritarashtra was born blind, as of birth, due to a curse? Let's begin by talking of our very own magical country, India. India being a country of diversity, full of a variety of colors in every way, from its festivals to its food to its languages. If we term it as unusual, we wouldn't be far wrong. Not only that its history defies description, but even stranger are the stories and tales that make up the essence of this country. Our ancient books and scriptures are filled with tales of knowledge and learning, many of which we would have heard from our grandparents or the like. Many of these might be ones that may have aroused our curiosity, and some that may have flashed as a question through our mind, often left unanswered. There are definitely and undoubtedly some tales that have got buried or hidden between the pages of history, yet undiscovered and unexplored. So we take this opportunity to bring you some such unusual tales on Prathidhwani's very own Explore the Unexplored. So here's Manisha, ready to unfold the very first tale that's pretty much untold. Well, this is the story of Lord Hanuman. So then, what's strange or unusual? Lord Hanuman, Sankat Mochan, or Maruti Nandan Bhagwan, as he may be called in a variety of ways, is a god, well known and widely worshipped across our country, in almost every home, with the utmost faith that Sankat Mochan, as he is fondly called, would rid us of all our worries or sankats. It is also believed that he is a Bala Brahmachari or celibate since birth. Now, what is strange is that in some parts of India, Lord Hanuman did marry. Hanuman, the son of Agni, considered to be an incarnation of Shiv, not a brahmachari. Where I understand that this sounds quite strange and perhaps even weird, because Lord Hanuman is famous as a brahmachari, the one who didn't marry. However, did this occur? His marriage? What were the circumstances that led to this strange happening? Let's find out. So, as the story goes, as Hanuman grew up, his mother, like all other mothers, asked him to take up some education. And immediately it struck Hanuman that the sun that rids the entire world of its darkness can be the only one to rid him of his darkness and ignorance and bring the light of knowledge to him. He thus decided to make Suryadev his guru and teacher and learn from him. He learned the Vedas and wished to further master the 9 Vyakaranas from his guru, who taught him the first 5 Vyakaranas willingly. But when it came to teaching the remaining 4, Suryadev was faced with a grave problem. And what was that? Being an Ajanma Brahmachari, Lord Hanuman was not eligible to study the Nava Vyakaranas or the 9 grammars, for which the status of being a grahast or a married person was essential. Now being a brahmachari, he was in a fix. He was desperate to complete his education and learn all the 9 Vyakaranas, but didn't know how. The knowledge of the remaining 4 Vyakaranas eluded him. In order to facilitate the completion of his education, his guru, Surya Bhagwan, ultimately thought of a solution. He suggested that Hanuman should get married. At first he refused, but later his thirst for knowledge pushed Hanuman to agree. Suryadev, from his own rays, he created a beautiful girl and thus was born his daughter Survachala. Suradev told Hanuman that as he was the incarnation of Lord Shiva, who had drunk poison to save the universe when the ocean was churned, and also the son of Agni, the fire god, so he wanted to offer his daughter Survachala, formed from his own luminescence, the radiance and heat of which only Hanuman could bear, in marriage to him, as marrying her would also be his Guru Dakshina. He also gave him the boon that he would still remain a brahmachari even after his marriage, as his marriage was only for the welfare of the universe, and it would not affect his chosen course of celibacy. He was a born brahmachari with a yagyapavid, or a sacred thread, and it would remain his eternal pursuit. Suryadev thus arranged Survachala's marriage with Hanumanji to make him a grahast without his brahmacharya being affected. He assured Hanumanji that after marriage, Survachala would also go back into penance and he would be equipped to learn the remaining Vidyas. Hanuman now, after he became a grahast, learned the other 4 Vyakaranas and became a genius in all the 9 Vyakaranas. Even after marriage, he spent all his life, as we know, serving Lord Ram. So, on the other hand, he remained a brahmachari too. In this way, Hanuman got married to Lord Surya's daughter. Now, the story doesn't end here. It is believed that Hanuman was married for a second time as well. However, did this come by? It is said that once a tough battle ensued between the demon king Ravana and the wind god Varun. Hanumanji fought on behalf of Varundev and defeated Ravan and all his sons and imprisoned them. After the battle, Ravan offered his daughter Anagakusuma in marriage to Hanuman. If this tale sounds strange, then let's talk further. After this second marriage, Hanuman is said to have been married for a third time when Varundev, who was greatly impressed by his bravery and valor in the battle, got his own daughter Satyavati married to him. Now, to take the story a notch up and to extend the element of surprise, my listeners may wish to know that there is an ancient temple in Telangana in the Kham district dedicated to Hanumanji and his wife Survachala, where the statues of both are found. It is believed that couples who pray together in this temple are blessed with a happy and peaceful married life. It may be known to the listeners also that it is stated in the Parashar Samhita that Suradev offered his daughter Survachala in marriage on Jesht Sudadashami. It was a Wednesday under the star Uttara. Those who respect and follow tradition, even to this day, observe Hanumat Kalyanam, Hanuman's marriage on Jesht Sudadashami day. This was the unusual tale of Hanuman's marriage. Do keep up your curiosity, as I, Manisha, will be back soon right here on Prathidhwani's portal with yet another new story on Explore the Unexplored. It's goodbye until we meet again, and in the meanwhile, do visit Prathidhwani's podcasting website, podcast.prathidhwani.com, for more details on the same topic. So, this is Manisha signing off until our next.
Explore the Unexplored. Season 1 Incredible India by Manisha Dhawan, a Prathidhwani original.